Hello, hello. This is the Awful and Awesome Entertainment Wrap, episode 307. This is Rajyasree.
And I'm Nainika.
And we have, since it's both of us who are so dedicated to the cause, we have watched everything other than me not watching one thing. We are going to discuss Black Mirror's new season. We are going to discuss The Idol, which everybody's talking about. Arnold, which is the new documentary on Arnold Schwarzenegger. I watched to make up for not watching Adipurush, which Nainika has dutifully watched.
Yes.
I watched 15 minutes of Bigg Boss.
Brave effort.
Yeah, because at one point for first post, I used to also review Bigg Boss. Just till I said I can't do it. My brain is melting now and all. But that was many moons ago when it was much better. This is season 6. The whole point of Black Mirror was that, you know why it's called Black Mirror, right? So it's because all the gadgets we look at, whether it's our TV, our laptop, our phone, when it's not on, it's a black mirror and reflecting not very good things about our lives, supposedly. Yes. So this is after 4 years they've come up. Yeah, they've come out with a new season, and it has just 5 episodes. And I watched 4 of
Same.
4 of them.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that Demon 79.
Same. I haven't watched that either. But I did Google the plot first.
Yeah, so I read the plot and I said, okay, now I don't feel like...
Yeah, it's not particularly...
Yeah, but did you like it? Did you like some of it?
So, yeah, I think an episode here or there was all right. I haven't watched, I'll be very honest, I haven't watched any of the previous seasons, but my friend sat me down one day and did recite like the plots of the episodes she really liked. So I know what goes on in Black Mirror, but I haven't watched the whole thing.
The earlier seasons, the difference between this season and the earlier one is the earlier seasons were very directly connected to something to do with tech. So there's a fabulous episode, I think it was season 4, not season 6. Which is of these, you know, those robo dogs that Amazon
I know
then...
the episode that you're talking about.
Yeah, and it was fabulous. So it's basically about tech. Either going out of control or something or but it's very directly over here.
Yeah, it's a lot of
it's more tenuous, it's connection.
The older episodes are more about the intersection of tech and morality and how humans interact with it or whatever. And it was interesting episodes. This one was not as much, except for like 2 episodes which were a very direct hit towards like streaming as a service in general.
Yeah.
So that
because that's Netflix taking a dig at themselves. So they are portrayed as Streamberry, this OTT service. And it opens like every time you hit Streamberry, the way Netflix opens, all that is there. But so my favorites were, I loved Lock Henry because
I did as well.
Yeah, I'm a true crime fan, absolutely. So Lock Henry is about this young couple. Young means they are out of film school. Out of film school. And they go back home to a place called Lock Henry, which is, of course, very quiet and all. It's in Scotland, I think.
One of those places in the British
one of
Isles,
those like those Scottish towns and all. And it's a quiet town. There's no one there. Pretty much all the youngsters have left. And they are going to make a film about some nonsense But they basically, the girl realizes it's that boy's town. He tells her about how there was a serial killer there and how that his father got shot and ultimately died because of, his mother blames his father, blames a serial killer. And it's about what happens after that. But the way I really like the twist in that.
Yeah, same. The twist, were you able to manage, make sure, did you figure it out before it happened or did it hit you?
No, I didn't figure out that the mother was was maybe not involved. No.
Spoiler alert.
Why have you not watched it? This is not my fault at all.
Okay, that was quite intense. She was actually quite scary, when it's in hindsight, you're like, oh, okay.
No, and you also, so there are spoilers now. You also, I think they did that thing very well where you keep thinking, wow, that girl, the girlfriend is quite a pain in the sense that, she's seeming insensitive to the mother, all that. And then you realize, no one is being insensitive to anyone when you look at the
Whole
bigger
scenario.
scale.
Yeah,
But if you like true crime, it's this obsession that, especially now because of
True crime
Netflix
is an
and
obsession,
OTT
yes.
and all, there's a lot of true crime documentaries and shows and all. So it takes off on that, even when they're pitching it.
At the end, it was just like, it's supposed to leave you with this moral question that is it okay? Like, because ultimately at the end of the day, with true crime, there's like a human element involved. So it's just like everybody who's a fan of true crime, what do they feel about it? Did you feel like it questioned you morally? Did you feel like,
No, nothing questions me
maybe my-
morally. I'm
glad
like,
to know
okay,
that
yeah.
you're,
I have no. I'm like, what is the next true crime that I can watch now?
And
So
you will
that's
review.
yeah. I'm going to read one of our people have written in very kindly. Shaunak has written and kept to word count as such. As in, Shaunak has kept to word count. Other people have not as much. Dear Niku and Raju, what will it take for both of you to watch the whole of Adipurush? Can't leave midway and review it for your listeners. Name the price. I'm willing to contribute to a NL Sena therapy fund if you guys need it after the movie. Team Rajyasree forever. Good luck to everyone at NL. Thanks, Shaunak. So, because we have youth on our side now,
I have fresh brain cells that I can put to use.
our brain cells are already deteriorating. So, Nainika, watch
kindly.
Adipurush, which we will discuss on this episode. Harkirat has written, hello Abhinandan and the wonderfully brilliant Miss Sen. This is why I'm reading the letters. Okay? I've been an avid listener of this podcast and a big advocate of the fun and madness of E&A and of course NL amongst my peers. I would like to personally thank Miss Sen for single-handedly giving away the biggest spoiler for Succession, not in the Succession podcast, but a month or so ago as a random throwaway line in another episode. So that means I didn't know. I just guessed something and said it.
Well,
like an antaryami. So for anyone who hasn't tuned into season 4 of Succession, I'd request you to stop and join back after 30 seconds. Miss Sen just nonchalantly remarked in an episode where Succession wasn't supposed to be discussed that Logan died without any spoiler warning. I don't know why I do that. When I watched the episode last weekend, I had planned to binge the entire season. The shock value of his death was just not there for me.
it's okay if the shock value is
And
not
he's
there,
saying I will forever be
better.
grateful to Miss Sen.
Exactly.
So it's a good
Clearly,
deal.
it's a good thing.
PSA.
Yes.
On another note, Abhinandan should definitely watch Succession. Would love to hear what he thinks about the most well-written TV show. He's very lazy. He'll watch it after 12 years when they've come up with Succession's like 5th season or something.
No, that's not going to happen. It's done.
So Idol is on my favorite streaming service, Jio Cinema. If you can get past Jio Cinema,
Yes.
find the show you want to watch. If you find it on your laptop and you log on to if you have a smart TV, you can't find it on your smart TV. Then you have to search for it. Then you can't put on subtitles on your smart
course.
TV because why will they think that
Of course, because you
anyone...
need subtitles.
Yeah, so you can watch it with subtitles on the laptop or watch it on the... So first get through the trauma of Jio Cinema. But Jio Cinema's whole USP when they launched was that Succession was
On it,
being
yeah.
shown on Jio Cinema. But then they have now got The Idol, which has
Yes.
been hitting the news everywhere and everyone's been reviewing it. So Idol is directed by Sam Levinson and it stars Lily Rose Depp.
Mm-hmm.
Who is Johnny Depp and Vanessa Paris' daughter. It stars The Weeknd, but he doesn't go by The Weeknd anymore. He goes by another...
Abel Tesfaye.
Yeah.
Which is what his name is. but
Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's Jenny Kim, who is from K-pop something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know.
And a whole Hank Azaria is there. You've seen Troye Sivan,
Harry
you've
Neff,
seen
Rachel Sennott. Yes.
Also, it's a fabulous cast.
Yes.
Britney Spears is going to make a cameo because last year she had posted a picture and she had, this is right after her conservatorship
ended.
She said, just finished shooting with the team of The Idol. Because nobody told her you can't announce,
Of course.
I think.
It
And
was just-
they were
she's
like,
Britney, she
don't
can
say
do whatever
anything
she
to
wants.
her because God knows what might happen. So she will most probably have a cameo.
Okay.
And so the show is about this singer, like a pop singer, but she's a pop star called Jocelyn, played by Lily Rose Depp, who's very, very pretty. She's like Vanessa Paradis. Have you seen Vanessa Paradis's that song? Taxi, Leisurely Taxi.
But she took her mom's face entirely. Like her father was not involved, which is, I guess, a good thing.
Which might be a good thing.
Yeah.
Vanessa Paradis had this song. One is Be My Baby, and there's Jolie Taxi, which were like fabulous. She was a big pop star in her time, and she was very good looking, and like she had a certain look about her. More than very good looking, she had a certain look about her. So this woman is their daughter is really
Lily
nice
Rose Depp
looking.
has got in the face, exactly.
Yeah,
and I think she's a decent actress. Have you watched her in anything else apart from this?
I thought this was the first. There's another thing she's done.
She's done other things. She also did The King by David Micott.
I haven't seen.
It was a movie that starred Timothy Chalamet, and she was there like a brief role towards the end, but she was okay. I mean, she's not terrible, and I think she can do a lot better. The Idol, well, I mean, you go ahead,
so
tell me.
I'll tell you because mine is an older point of view.
Yes, of course.
And because I've seen Britney Spears in all her glory.
Grow into, yes.
So to me, this is Britney Spears. This is Britney Spears, or not a Madonna. Madonna was very in control of herself and her career, and all a Britney, Michael Jackson sort of, where families play a role. What's her name? Whitney Houston, that kind of. So she's not as big a star as Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston, but she is as big a star as a Britney was in her heyday. And now her star, it's like she hasn't released a song in a while, an album in a while. But she's had a nervous breakdown. Her mother has died recently. She's clearly a little unhinged. And there's this, in the first episode, these aren't really spoilers because there's no suspense in this show. She has a picture is released on the net, which also had happened to Paris Hilton. So it's a mix of all these people, Paris Hilton and all, where a sex tape was released, but this is a picture of her with. But there's this whole thing about how sleaze is being celebrated, which I find a little odd because it's like a serial killer film. If you say, serial, which they did say about the Ted Bundy or one of these serial killer shows, that, you're celebrating how he killed people and all. I don't like it. This is the way it is. It's gritty and smutty and horrible.
Sure.
So I don't know. What did you?
About people's issue is with the fact that, there's just this unnecessary lingering focus on it. Where even if you're like, oh no, my stance towards this is clearly negative, but at some point it's just like, why are you so obsessed with it is probably the reason. As the same thing with Sam Levinson's filmography, like with Euphoria in general.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be like, a bunch of high schoolers, but there's like a weird amount of crazy behavior, drugs and nudity involved. And it's the same, sort of the similar thing. Like, I think the first scene when the series opens is she's supposed to have some sort of photo shoot, and she has an intimacy coordinator on set. And she starts taking her clothes off, and the intimacy coordinator is like, no, I'm telling you that there's only a certain amount of nudity you can do. And
we'll have to change the clause otherwise.
I'm only doing this to protect you. But she's like, but I want to show my body off or whatever. And I just felt a little like insane to me because clearly it's done in a way where they try to.
Britney does exactly that today.
I know. But Britney does exactly that today. But it's also just like everybody realizes, right? Like there's not like.
But she's also unhinged.
She is unhinged. But so initially they start off with that thing, right? Like she's mentally unwell. So she's not the common person. She's not going to sleep with you or marry your best friend. The only reason she's going to sleep with you is if she's mentally unstable. So we need to focus on the fact in order to build a fantasy or whatever. So it was just like, fine, I guess maybe that's a realistic portrayal, but it just seemed like...
But did you like it?
Apart from the bits where The Weeknd appears on the screen, which was just annoying to me.
But he's going to appear more because by the third episode, he's shifted in.
But I think like the premise about Jocelyn, about being a star, being, acquiring this much fame at a very young age and then, having
and this troubled star.
Yeah, like the fact that you don't, like if you're a pop star at that level, you don't live a life that anybody else on this earth lives. And the fact that she has nobody actually looking out for her. Her parents have passed away or whatever. So it's just like that aspect of it is really interesting to me. I think I'd watch the show more for that.
Newslaundry's launched the Press Freedom Fund in the month of May to celebrate Press Freedom Month. It's an NLC Now project that will include deep dive reports, commentaries, videos on press freedom, health of the media ecosystem, pressures faced by civil society and media in India. And the deadline for this fund, for contributing to this fund, has been extended. So please contribute to this project. Click on newslaundry.com/NL-Sena/Press Freedom Fund and contribute. If you log on to News Laundry as well, you'll be able to see the link. So please do that. And we'll see you on the other side now.
The subscription model is something that keeps News Laundry afloat, but we need hundreds of thousands of people to completely transform the news ecosystem. So you pay for news, so it serves you. So click on the link with this video, subscribe to News Laundry and pay to keep news free. और गर्व से कहो, मेरे खर्च पर आजाद है खबरें.